Welcome to Play Under Review. I am your host, the Ace 513. One second. Alright, so what's good, everyone? Once again, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. I've said it before in other videos, but once again, there will be a red button right here for the desktop users. You'll see it in your bottom right hand side. It'll be a red button where you can just click it and subscribe to the channel. Also, for the people that are on mobile, I think there's a chance that you won't be able to see it. So if you don't see it, you can go up under the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then everybody can make sure that they're in on the journey. So once again, we are back on this journey to learn more about another NFL player. This time we're going to learn about a cornerback who owned his own island. He goes by the name of Darrelle Revis. Now, Revis is actually one of my favorite NFL players, especially at the cornerback position. So I'm kind of excited to be able to do this. So once again, I will be discussing the various teams that he played for, his statistical numbers, and why I believe he's an NFL appreciated legend. Now, this is actually going to be a little different as far as why, he is an unappreciated NFL legend. I'm going to have to get more into detail of why personally I think so, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video. So, Darrelle Revis is a cornerback who played for 11 seasons when he was in the NFL. The majority of his career, he ended up playing for the New York Jets. He also had short stints with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the New England Patriots, and the Kansas City Chiefs. While he was with New England for that sole year, he actually ended up being an integral part in getting the Super Bowl that year. Now, Revis was a 7-time Pro Bowler, as well as a 4-time first-team All-Pro selection. There's an association known as the Pro Football Writers Association, and they made a Pro Football Writers Association all-rookie team, and Darrelle Revis was on that list when he first stepped into the league as well. When they came out with the 2010 All-Decade team, which came out last year in 2020, but they came out with the 2010 All-Decade team, and Revis was actually on this list as one of the players on the All-Decade team, and he is the only Jet for that decade that was even on that list at all. In addition, he was also on Sporting News 2010's All-Decade team as well, so that's another outlet who recognized Revis and the greatness that he displayed at the cornerback position. Now, when you look at Revis's numbers for his whole career, you would think that they're pretty respectable numbers. He finished with 29 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks. But at the same time, when you compare to, Hall of Famers like Deion Sanders, it doesn't stack up there. But at the same time, positions can evolve, and Revis is the perfect blueprint or the perfect example of a position that evolved. So to me, in 2009, Darrelle Revis' season was just phenomenal. It was a season that to me was among one of the best in the NFL, period. Like one of the best in the NFL history. This was a season where Revis Island became a household nickname. The definition of Revis Island was, it was a vacation spot for wide receivers when they were on the field. Quarterbacks were afraid to throw to Darrelle Revis because he would just lock down their number one wide receiver. Anybody's number one wide receiver that year, he covered them and he shut them down completely. He had 31 pass breakups alone in 2009, which is good for an NFL record for all time when it comes to pass breakups in one season. A total of 111 targets came his way that season, and approximately 37% of those targets were completed. So, if you want to try to have success that season, you might want to throw it, in a direction other than Darrelle Revis. Rex Ryan, he loved having him on the team. When they did the game plan on defense, all he needed to do was tell Revis, hey, go cover the number one guy and, make sure he doesn't get any catches, and we'll take care of the rest. Oh, and when quarterbacks try to really get greedy, like, oh, I can take him. Yeah, he picked him off for 6 interceptions that year when, people actually did get the courage to throw to him. So this is one of the major things I will remember about Revis. Remember this list: Andre Johnson, Randy Moss, T.O., aka Terrell Owens, Steve Smith, Reggie Wayne, Chad Johnson, also goes by Ocho Cinco, Roddy White. These are the guys that he held under 35 yards in 2009. When it comes to that list, those are Pro Bowlers, future Hall of Famers, present Hall of Famers. These are the people that he was guarding throughout his 2009 career, and he shut them all down. It's amazing to think about all these guys. He held them all to under 35 yards when they went up against him. None of them, when they played Darrelle Revis, got over 35 yards in this season. So it was quite an accomplishment when it came to, achievements. And, that's one of the reasons why I was saying that the cornerback position has evolved, because, when you think about some of these greats that had, no disrespect to them, but when you think about some of these greats that have had successful careers as a cornerback and the eye-popping interceptions that they end up finished with, like 40 or 50 or 60, where Darrelle Revis changed the game in a sense of putting fear in the eyes of wide receivers and quarterbacks. He didn't have more than 29 interceptions because of the fact that quarterbacks did not throw to him. You don't get a nickname like Revis Island for anything. If Revis Island didn't exist, then he probably would have had more interceptions on account that quarterbacks would have threw to him more. But the fact that they didn't tells you all you need to know when it comes to talking about, the greatest of all time when it came to cornerback positions. He's in the conversation for that. And going back to what I said earlier when I was talking about, being underappreciated, there are a lot of Jets fans that appreciate his career. I've seen a lot of analysts and read different articles that, appreciate the legend that is Darrelle Revis. To me, the top of the food chain when it came to cornerbacks was, Deion Sanders. And, when you compare Darrelle Revis to Deion Sanders, it's like, oh, I'm not even going to have that conversation, this and that and third. You need to pump the brakes and look at the whole career, not just pulling up stats and everything. Look at the impact they had in the game. You can send no shots to Deion Sanders, aka Primetime, but it just kind of bugged me that while he, is, like I said, he's appreciated in fans' eyes, and some analysts' eyes. I've also seen outlets where they were like, Deion, Darrelle Revis isn't a comparison, that shouldn't be the case. I'm sure there are Jet fans out there. I've spoken to one that, would hope that the Jets organization would appreciate Darrelle Revis, but just from some of the research that I've done, I at least questioned it, and I questioned if they really did appreciate that man or not, considering the fact that, he got traded. There's a lot that goes down with why he got traded. So next week, I will be talking about a quarterback by the name of Donovan McNabb. I know there's a certain subscriber that has been clamoring for this, so I hope I can do it justice, because I definitely know that you will be watching, as the rest of my subscribers will be watching as well. But I hope I can do a good job next week, and it'll also be fun to check out his career. Oh, also we'll be bringing more Black trivia to you later on this week, so tune in to that. And I'll leave you like I always leave you guys. Hey, talk to you next week. Until then, take it easy.